Olá, eu sou o Bluekitor e sejam bem-vindos ao What Remains of Edith Finch. Então vamos nessa, né? Eu dei load no jogo e ele me trouxe aqui, mas eu tava lá atrás. Vamos voltar lá então.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Essa parte aqui a gente viu. E então a gente desce lá e toca a caixa de música. Toca a caixa de música até ela soltar a chave pra gente. Mas até agora eu tô gostando. Não era aqui, né? Aqui. Aqui. Vamos lá. Continua. Aê. E eu achei sensacional as entradas que essa casa tem, cara. Muito massa. Bem da hora. O que temos aqui? Eu posso tirar as bolas daqui? Eu posso jogar? Posso fazer alguma coisa? Não. Aqui é onde aconteceu a cagada, né?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Realmente.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Aqui era a geladeira
I thought
que
maybe she was hiding presents.
o cara tentou assustar ela.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
E eis que a geladeira tem um fundo. Fundo falso, né? Não enxergo.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Eita.
If there's a
Alvin.
pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Cara, alguém tava morando aqui. Aqui? Pois é, ele mora aqui. Ah, interessante, hein? Uma forma de bicicleta aqui. Enfim, vamos ver a história dele.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Como é que funciona? Como?
But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Eu tenho que mexer com o mouse. Eu acho. Bem, eu tô mexendo.
That's what kept me sane.
Complicado, vai. Tá abrindo.
Having a schedule, living for today.
Pêssego.
I always expected to be
Ah, é?
dead tomorrow.
O cara comeu todo o pêssego.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
De novo?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
2005 já.
Stop.
É, mas você só come pêssego também, cara.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe you got tired of waiting.
O cara
Or
vive
maybe
de
I
pêssego.
just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
Ah,
I
que
have
bom.
to leave. Well, I still can.
E você desistiu de comer pêssego, cara, o resto da sua vida. Quando você escuta musiquinha. E tem mais ainda. Quanta coisa
I
tem
know it's
aqui.
out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
O que? É real?
And Calvin.
Pera.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Ah, que massa. Cara, não.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Então, o que é isso? Aquele
I'm
bicho é
going to
real?
appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't
Agora
mind
que eu
if
não tô
I have a week
entendendo.
left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
O trem. 2005, em que ano que a gente tá agora?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Tá.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Vamos seguir o caminho dele, então.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
E as coisas estão exatamente como ele saiu.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Walter. Oh, tem uma cidadezona ali. Pera. Não tem mais trem aqui. Passou
I don't
muito
know if I
tempo.
should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the
Pera.
history you're a part of.
Eu tô confuso agora, pera aí.
Though to be
Eu-
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Eu tô vivo? A personagem tá viva? Porque ela tá contando a história pra alguém.
Stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Então, ela tá contando a história pra alguém. Ela tá escrevendo num caderno, eu acho. E tem outro alguém lendo isso. Talvez outra pessoa da família que a gente não conhece ainda. E bem, pelo que eu lembro no início do jogo, quem abre o diário não é a mesma mão. É uma mão enfaixada. Talvez?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Tá, eu não posso vir pra cá.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Eu ia perguntar se era pra pular, mas claro
It's
que não.
embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the
Lucy.
gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Calma aí. Daisy, Lucy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Zoe, Zerp, Lerp, Furp, Chirp, Burp, Derp, Derp Jr. Oliver, Schatz, Shadow, Christopher, Bob, Bailey, um sapo.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch, Calvin Finch, Sven Ed Finch, Walter Finch e Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
E o que é aquilo lá no meio, hein? Eu consigo... Aí.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Caramba, o que que aconteceu com a casa? Não, 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 pera aí. Deixa eu ver. Eu posso ver de novo? Não posso, então. Tchau. Fazer o que, né? Eu queria ver se tinha algo
Edie's side was
escondido.
always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sam Finch.
Her dad had been pretty
Gregory
strict, but it wasn't
e
enough to
Gus.
save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Milton Finch.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did.
Sanjay
I get why
Finch.
she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis Finch. Caramba, cara.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along.
Eu tenho muitas coisas pra perguntar pra
For me to
você.
come back someday and find everything out for myself.
O que tá acontecendo, mano? Eu já não tô entendendo mais nada. Tipo, todo mundo morrer, tudo bem, mas... Também, tudo bem não, mas...
But looking back on it
Como?
now,
E o porquê? O
if she
monstro é
told
real?
me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Cara, eu ia fazer essa pergunta antes, cara. Porque ela tá com uma barriguinha, né? E bem, ela tá grávida com 17 anos. Não é? Tudo bem. Tudo bem.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but
Não
I
acho que
think
seria
he
a
and my
melhor
mom had a
escolha.
lot in common.
Ah... Mas é porque você tá se arriscando
They
tanto
were
assim?
pretty intense.
Estando grávida.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Ele era o cara das armas.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Ok. TV zona aqui. Vamos ver a historinha dele. Sam. 1950, 1983.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
Que
I'm
legal.
gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Cara. Eu devo
You're right,
fazer
Dad.
isso?
It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
O que? O peixe?
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Peixe de novo? Ali. Isso é da hora.
Let's see. Maybe. Or was it? Could have been.
Cara,
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
onde que eu tiro foto? Café? Lá?
Dad!
Ali.
Eyes, Dawn.
Achei.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Cadê?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong. Great shot, Don.
Caramba. Foto perfeita, hein? Pra selfie.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Ah, dá pra andar.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Quê? Não.
Of all
Caramba.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Caraca, meu Deus. Com licença. O que é aqui?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory. PB morreu também, cara? Gregory, Dawn e Gus. Vamos ver o Gregory, então. 1976 e 1977. Ele morreu com um ano, cara. Tal. Force.
Okay. Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I
Sapo.
think he saw things the rest of us don't.
É. Não era, o pato tá me seguindo, cara. Era?
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to.
A baleia me olhando, cara. A cara da baleia.
Hello?
Que banheira da hora também.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Que magia negra é essa, cara? É. Vamos aí.
What is
Peguei.
He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Pega a baleia.
Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy.
Cara,
I know how silly it sounds.
eu não tô entendendo nada, mas tá da hora.
That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
E aí, sapo?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh yeah. Oh, mas sapo, mas sapo, mas pato, mas sapo. Eu sou o sapo.
About everything.
Oh. O baleão.
happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want me to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Mano, tá cada vez pior. O bebê morreu afogado, cara. Na banheira, tomando banho. Cara. Meu Deus, velho. Tem mais um aqui.
Imagine my
Tem o
mom and
Gus.
writing poetry and yet
Ué. Tá aqui as tarefas deles. Oh, mas que quarto gigante. Um poema para Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Pipa da hora, hein? Como que ela voa tanto assim? Aqui.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ah, é.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Aqui.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Quero pegar.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Não, mas no meio da tempestade não tem como, né, cara? Eu queria que... Tem algo que eu não vi aqui em cima? Não.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Como todas as histórias, mais uma
she never
história do
talked
mal.
about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Beleza, como é que eu saio daqui?
My
Eu
mom
escalo.
moved to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Dá.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ah, ela é de outro pai.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Não.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Ah, a plantação de cada um. Edith, aqui, eu, minha
Good to see
plantação.
kids in the house again.
Daorinha.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
É um mini colégio aqui, cara. Que da hora. Um projetor. Nossa, que
But
massa.
it didn't last.
Edith Finch. Bacana. É, eles têm uma escola na própria
The
casa.
beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton. Caramba. Eu queria ter isso aqui. Milton, 1992. Ele não morreu.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Isso é igual desenho mesmo. Ele desenhou uma parte e entrou.
I was
2003.
4 when Milton disappeared.
Ah, ele sumiu.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
É, aqui é o caminho que eu não posso ir, mas dá pra ver se tem algo secreto, sei lá. Vai que tem algum segredo. Eu não achei nenhum segredo até agora. Ah, tem aqui, ó.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Subi aqui antes. Barco. Iate. Uma lancha. Meu Deus.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ah. Não, mas esses quartos são todos únicos e bem da hora.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
Soa o quê?
wander.
Ah,
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something
Opa.
moved. Bats. And toads.
joga certo, velho. Calma aí. Tenho que me concentrar aqui em várias coisas.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Isso é
I
perigoso, né,
spoke
cara?
with his boss.
Vai que ele se corta
But
ali.
he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Concentrado não. Incansável
Like a whole
talvez.
new Lewis.
Porque ele não tava prestando
So
atenção
I
em nada.
let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me
Demais.
he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Opa.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Uma referência aí.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Opa, opa.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Não bate, cara.
The queen was on her own quest for
Serpentes.
sinister serpents.
Ela era uma guerreira. Não mais peixe.
He followed the sound of her
Harpa.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Caramba, velho. Cadê?
The world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
É realmente bem bonito.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Era muito da hora como eles deixaram a mecânica de
That the real Lewis was
cortar
not the
e
one
jogar ao
chopping
mesmo
salmon,
tempo.
but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Dá essa ideia de que você é ele, você tá sentindo esse negócio.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Eita. Agora sou eu. É.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oi.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Bem, ele tava em outro planeta. Literalmente. Tem um gato, cara. Mole. Eita.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Não, pera, isso. Não. Como é que é? Não.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Cara, se você parar pra pensar da guilhotina e você pensar que ele cortava a cabeça do peixe com a guilhotina e você falou que ele abaixou a cabeça pra pôr a coroa, eu não preciso
My
falar
brother
mais
was
nada,
really
né?
cool. I wish you could have met him.
Caramba! Vamos continuar. Pois a história é simplesmente medonha. Não é legal nem pensar.
On the way back from
Né?
Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I
Isopor.
understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Aniversário de 90 anos, cara. 90 anos é
What
bastante
happened that
coisa.
night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Passarinho. Mas sério,
It had to end one way or another.
o que eu sempre falo, as casas,
All
a
that's
casa
left now
inteira é
is
muito
to
da
tell
hora.
you about that last night.
Edith? Caneta.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Tá bom?
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
Todos os lugares têm passagens, todos os lugares têm 500 jeitos de entrar.
You're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Histórias dos Finches por Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
A maré baixou mesmo, hein?
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Ué? Eu tava indo certo.
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
No.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
É. 2017, cara, isso é recente, cara. 2017. O que aconteceu? Acabou? Shirley Dallas, 1948 a 2013. É o fim de tudo, ganha a conquista. Acabou o jogo, cara. E eu tenho perguntas. Várias perguntas, na verdade, como por exemplo, o monstro que eles falavam. Que eles falaram, né? A menina que eu esqueci o nome. Esse monstro é real? Porque outro cara falou que é real. Então ele era algo? Ou foi só algo da imaginação de todo mundo? Porque alguns fatos fazem sentido, como por exemplo das drogas lá e tal. Não foi legal o jeito que acabou, mas faz sentido. A Edith, eu não sei o que aconteceu. Ela morreu em 2017, não sei como. Bem, ela estava grávida e provavelmente aquele é o filho dela. Bem, a casa misteriosa pra caramba. Tem várias passagens secretas. Eu não sei se eu cheguei a ver tudo. Eu acho que talvez sim. Ou eu poderia ter pegado outros caminhos, sei lá, vai que, né? Caramba, mas eu achei da hora. Ele te prende bastante, você entra no jogo. A parte que eu achei da hora também foi aquela parte que ele tava cortando peixe e jogando ao mesmo tempo. Isso fez você sentir aquele negócio que ele tava sentindo de ser uma máquina ali. Sempre só tá, corta peixe, mas a mente dele tá em outro lugar. Esse negócio de você fazer duas coisas ao mesmo tempo foi bem bacana. Essa parte que tá mostrando também da Bárbara, do quadrinho, eu achei muito massa, muito divertido. Acho que todas as histórias foram bem tocantes, né? Foram bem do mal, vamos assim dizer, porque cada um teve um fim horrível. Tipo, como, cara? Tipo, ele que saiu voando da balança. Ele só voou. E, bem, eu acho que isso é uma maldição que a família tem, alguma coisa assim, pelo que eu entendi. Maldição de que todo mundo vai morrer de um jeito estranho e muito cedo. Mas eu gostei. Foi uma experiência legal, nunca tinha jogado um jogo nesse estilo. Não tem muitos jogos de narrativa nesse estilo por aí, mas muito bacana. Achei bem legal. Os gráficos são sensacionais. As cenas do jogo são bem coloridas e deixam o jogo bem bonito. A casa, né? A casa é colorida, que é bacana pra caramba. Mas eu gostei. Foi uma experiência que eu nunca tinha tido. Eu não entendi tanto assim. Não sei se eu perdi alguma coisa, mas eu gostei. Recomendo bastante o jogo pra quem quiser testar, né? Bem, se alguém viu o vídeo até aqui, né? Provavelmente já viu tudo, mas... Enfim. É isso, eu vou deixar vocês com créditos e eu vou indo. Então, galera, obrigado a todo mundo que viu esse jogo sensacional comigo até aqui. Vou me indo. Até mais.